Yahushai by Simmer Park Wadas. And we say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai by Simmer Park Wadas. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which is the apostle elders, the great millstone, which speaks with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushai. When the time of the end, 2022, which is the year of Yahbashim Yahushai turning up, man. All right, we're in the time of the Day of Atonement. You know, this is a beautiful and honorable time of our high holy days, man. This is the time to square up with the Most High, man, and to start off our days after these with more invigoration and strength. Because guess what, the Lord is letting you square up. Don't be after the Day of Atonement with more things on your mind and more stress. Tonight in the sunset to feel really good, man. Because guess what, the Lord has allowed us to square up through the Day of Atonement, man, and come back to Him with what? With weeping, mourning. You know, and show Him, because even the apostle said that you really don't have to atone for our sins, because guess what? The Lord has already done that for us. But what we're doing now, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, and we're giving credence unto the sacrifice of Yahweh Shah, man. And to show Him that, you know, we're not saved by this, but guess what? We're doing it to honor Him, honor His sacrifice that He did for us, man, and bringing us back to the Heavenly Father by giving us this truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding back, man. So, beautiful times. You got anything, brother? And you see the title of the lesson, Vocab is an Israelite groupie.
All right, man. Vocab, he really just wants to be accepted, man. That's it, man. He wants to be in the camp. Ain't nobody stupid, Vocab. You know we know why you're doing this, man. You were set up to do it. You were just an offense that must come. It's but woe unto him by whom the offense cometh.
Right.
So, hey, man. Judgment is coming for you, man. And after before we end the live stream, we're gonna play a clip.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Get him. Hey, get him now. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We're gonna show you why, because we were, you know, watching videos and brothers have been going in. And we caught a clip that shows you that Vocab is something of he's watching us and mocking us, but at the same time, there's no way I'm giving credence to another people's God. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Even in our law it says, don't even let that be heard in thy mouth, man.
Right.
But this clip is gonna show you, because it's joking. It seems joking, but look into it. Go ahead, brother.
Right.
You want to play it? Make it full screen. All right. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to play it as best as possible.
I don't know if you all can see it or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark.
Okay.
But
there it is. All right, I'm going to try to play it.
Videos talking about how to spot an Israelite and all this. Yeah, if they wear a shower curtain with fringes, you might know an Israelite.
Look,
Now,
we're going to give all praise and glory to
See that? You see the smile on his face? That's all we need to, that's all.
But he had his head covered.
Mm-hmm.
He had his head covered. His head covered, and on top of that, after he said it, you heard those sounds, right?
Yep.
Like, good.
The bike, it sounded like a bike or a tearing or a exhaust system, man. So things don't happen by coincidence, man.
No.
You know, because guess what? Those brothers defended the gospel, and guess what? He was scoffing at the name of the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was scoffing to praise to the east, and to scoff his name, and to scoff his men, and to talk about his men, but then you give praises. That's not a good thing, man. That's not a good thing at all, because you're taking the name of the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah.
And when we read that earlier, he said he would not all acquit you, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord is not, that's the fearful thing you did today, man. Or you did amongst them brothers in the VA, man. You turned east and you praised, you put the names, the Lord's name, the Father and the Son's name in your mouth with your head covered, man.
Yeah.
So now you just not stepping on our toes.
Right.
You stepping on, because you breaking the laws, man.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to have your head covered while prophesying, man.
No.
And then you're not supposed to face east and give glory into the Lord's name with your head covered, man.
Right.
That's dishonoring your head, and you dishonoring the name of the Lord. So hey, man, you headed towards slippery ways, man. But you're a offense that must come. You're a smoke that must come in the Lord's nose, man. But He's gonna blow you out soon, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna blow you up out of there, man. And then this is not saying that because look, but we thought about it earlier. It must come, because guess what? You're helping us in our movement, because guess what? Vocab, your algorithm is not on suppression, man. because Esau does something called shadow banning. Okay, your shadow banning, you're not on the shadow banning list. Because you're pushing the narrative of the world. But guess what? You going out to these Israelite groups, guess what? We're bypassing the shadow ban by using you, man. So at the end of the day, you can't do nothing for this word but against it, man. That's the beautiful, the smartness and the strategicness of Yahbashim Yahshua, man. It's precise, man. Brothers, hey, Yahbashim Yahshua Barakatham by Timakak with Das. Hold on, let me get some of these precepts for you. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 21 and verse 14, and it says, the inner part of a fool are like a broken, hold on. It says the inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold on. Salakia. Things you keep going. I need that one, man. Khan, it says the inner part of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. See that? So you seeing it, man. The truth is about holding knowledge. We've got guys that have come in, and guess what? They're spilling the knowledge, man.
Right.
They're not holding on to this knowledge. That's why it says, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. You can't just have this word and that's it. No, you got to have it. You got to hold it. But an inner part of a fool, what's the inner part? The spirit of man. The spirit of man. He's broken. He's not. That's why it says he's not been called, man. And he's definitely not chosen. He's not of the elect. He's not even of the stock of Israel.
Right.
But what are we doing now? We're becoming, because what did the Lord say? He's going to give us fame in the land that we are put to shame. Yeah. And who has groupies? Famous people.
Yeah. Rock stars.
Rock stars.
We are the true rock stars, man. That's why he's constantly coming around us, man, because he wants to be a part of it. All right, man? That's why in the book of Nehemiah, either Nehemiah or Ezra, when we were building the temple,
that's it.
The heathen said, let us build with you, for we seek your God as you do. No, you don't. And Zerubbabel and Yeshua said, you have nothing to do with us. We ourselves will build this house into our power.
That's what we're telling now.
Exactly.
The Lord commissioned us, man. He commissioned us because he said, I've chosen the what? The lonely of this world.
Yep.
And you weren't lonely in this world, man. You were trained cemeteries. You have things, man. You have a life to pursue. You chose this work in life. We didn't choose this.
No.
We didn't choose this work. We didn't choose to be sitting here doing what we're doing, man. We all had aspirations to do other things in life, man.
But this truth chose us.
We didn't have a choice, man. And we don't have a choice to keep in it and to maintain in it. But what are we doing? We're holding and we're making our calling and our election sure, man. That's the difference between us and guys like Vocab and these other Christians, man. Because they choose their God, man.
Right.
The Most High said just like it says what? Jonah ran.
Yeah.
Jonah ran. He said, no, I don't want to go to Nineveh, man.
Right.
I don't want to go to Nineveh. I'm good. But what the Lord do? So if we don't do the work, guess what? There's a punishment for that, man.
Yeah.
Because we're destined to do the work, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, man. He's gonna go to Acts, right?
Yeah. Con. I was gonna get that.
This is the book of Acts 26, because Vocab saying he's saying that the Apostle Paul wanted King Agrippa to be saved.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That was his cut. He said King Agrippa, the Edomite, the last of the Herodians, and King Agrippa was about 41 BC, if I'm not mistaken. 41 AD, and on the midnight. And it says, go ahead whenever you got that.
All right, man, because now if he wasn't the last Edomite, right? Then how were all the Edomites destroyed then?
Yep.
If King Agrippa is an Edomite, and he is an Edomite, so how were all the Edomites destroyed? Okay, but you said that we shouldn't hate them. We shouldn't hate the people that's already destroyed. They don't make sense.
They're gone already. So if it's in your terminology, we shouldn't be there's nothing for us to hate because they're destroyed, man.
Right.
But this is the book of Nehemiah. This is a quick precept. This is Nehemiah 1 and verse 8. It says, remember, I beseech thee, the words that thou hast commanded thy servant Moses, saying, if ye transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. And that's what you see taking place right now. You see a dispersing. Make sure this is. Come on, Satan. He had to get him something too. Let me make sure that. All right, we still got that on. Okay, so let me read that again. This is Nehemiah 1 and verse 8. And it says, and I will scatter you abroad among all nations. But it says, but if ye turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were you cast out unto the uttermost parts of the heaven, and that's what you see happening today. We're living these prophecies because guess what? These are the times that we're cast out into the ends of the earth, because we weren't cast out to the ends of the earth back then in the time of Nehemiah, man. We weren't cast out. We're cast out to the other parts of the heavens, because what the Lord said, I shall be with thee unto the what? Unto the ends of the earth. And it says, yet will I gather them from thence and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Now it says now these are thy servants and thy people whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power and by thy strong hand.
Right.
So this is it says thy people, man. This is not for everybody. This is not a come on, join on, and we all hold hands and dance into the sunset. Because who's gonna pay for our blood then, man?
Right.
Who's gonna pay for us swinging on the trees and rape, rob, and murder? Who's gonna pay for the temple then? Because nobody got paid for the burning of the temple, and that's were the Romans, which were Edomites.
Right.
Come on, man. Go ahead and you jump right in the act. And no, the definition of groupie. We need to get the definition of groupie, and we're not talking as a woman. This is not no sexual thing, okay? Because you don't have to be just a woman to be a groupie, man. You can be a male groupie, and the male groupie is worse, man. All right? Because it turns to envy, man. That's what it's turning to, because this truth, everything we've been saying through the spirit and power Yahweh outside has been coming to pass, man. Not by our own will or our own power, man. All right? The mark of the beast is the MOTB is here. The thing is here. All these things that we've been saying is here. Jacob's trouble is here. If we weren't prophets, then none of the words we're saying would be coming to pass, man. They ain't halfway prophets, man. There's not a lukewarm prophet. He's right sometimes, and then he's wrong some of the times. That's a lukewarm prophet, man. The Lord's dealing with prophets that have said, what? You shall know that the prophet have been among you when the words come to pass, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is the groupie from the Command online dictionary. It says groupie is a noun. An enthusiastic young fan.
An enthusiastic. That's why you travel. You go to this group. You go to that group. You make parody videos. You dive into lessons. And you go into debates. You're enthusiastic about this, man. You got certain Israelites that ain't enthusiastic as you, man. Because guess what? Some of them aren't chosen. But guess what? You're doing too much, man. Because guess what? 13 million sympathizers, Judah alone, you can't do nothing to that.
No.
That's like that's like you trying to drink a whole stream up. You're going to kill yourself, man. It's too much for you.
Yeah, because in the video he did, talking about it, when he said it, he was pissed. What you mad for? If we're lying, then what you mad for then? It shouldn't matter. Let us be lost then.
What does it say? Is the blind lead the blind? They both shall fall into a ditch, man.
Right. But we know that we're not lost because you're trying to bring us back into Christianity. What has Christianity ever done for us? That was good.
Like we didn't know what the church was. Like we've never seen a church before.
We came from that.
Wednesdays, Thursdays, the Sunday schools, the Saturdays too. Come on, man.
The damn church fish fry. After Sunday service.
Yeah, got the whole downstairs smelling like defiled. But we supposed to go vocab. You're not telling us anything we don't know. The reason we left the church and left that mentality because we figured it out what it was, man. We got older as men and we got into ourselves, and guess what? We started caring about our salvation and caring about what is this God power that we serve. And guess what? We found it not there, man.
Because in these movies, they make fun of the Christian church. They look at it as a joke. So why would we go back to something that's a joke, man? They don't make sense.
No. During the time of the thing, the church didn't have no answers. They closed the church down. So what were we supposed to do?
Right.
In the time of our great need, they closed the churches down, man. So that showed you God wasn't there, man. So in the time of chaos and unknown things, that we supposed to go to the sanctuary of the Lord.
Yeah.
And you can't go there because it's quarantined, man. So is that really the truth and that's the gospel, man?
No.
That's the one thing you have to understand. We're not kids, man, and we know what we're doing. We're not. Stop. What does it say? You're talking about our intelligence, man. Where we know what we're doing because guess what? We see the church. We know what the church is, man. We've seen pastors committing adultery, man. We've seen adultery in there. We've seen sex and debaucheries in there, man.
And he don't and his ass don't mention nothing like that. He don't mention nothing.
You want us to go back to hell, man. That's you want us to go back to no hope and be black men in America, man. That's what you want us. That's what you want us to go back to. Because if we lay this Israelite thing down, what do we have to choose from?
Right.
Because it says you must do everything in edifying. To edify. What does edify mean? To build up. So what are you building us up to? You're tearing us down. We're not Israelites. We're not the chosen. It's God that loves everybody. But then what is the answer to us being in slavery?
Right.
Because that was real.
Yeah.
Our ancestors swung on trees. They picked cotton. What is the answer for that? And who's going to pay for that?
Right.
We're supposed to just take that on the chin and go through life with our head held down, man.
But Yahweh said in Revelation 1 and 7, hold on, man.
Yeah, go ahead and pull it. I'm gonna make sure to check. Man, it's cutting out, man.
You know what service is?
Nah, it's got service, but it's cutting in and out on us, man. So it's all right. I'm gonna get this brother precept. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 1 and verse 6, and it says, "Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you." Come on, man. Giving us no calm and no hope. You understand that Vocab doctrine is not the Christianity.
No.
None. Besides, they're waiting on the Messiah, but they're waiting on the wrong Messiah, man.
But Christianity has surpassed the whole earth, right?
That's right.
And how come their Messiah has not come yet? When is he coming? Because the end should have came a long time ago.
Yep. It's a multi-trillion-dollar organization, man. You know?
And they don't have no answers. This is Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh as a cloud, and every eye shall see him.
Yep. And power, man.
Yep. And they also which pierced, and all the kindreds of the earth shall well.
And who pierced them? Was the Romans.
Right.
Those were Roman guards that pierced the Lord, man. They took a spear and they jugged it in his side. Those were Romans, which are historically identified with being genealogy or being descendants of Esau, man. So the Edomites pierced Yahweh Shai, man. There's many things in historical proofs we can show that the Romans had ties with the Edomites. That's why they set the Roman legion, the Roman rulers at the time, set up Herod, man, because they knew what Herod was. They knew who his father was, man. They knew that Herodian line is good to be in there, because guess what? That's what Esau does today. They set up shells, man. They set up puppet leaders, man. And some of those puppet leaders today are Edomites in the flesh, but they're mixed in with those other nations, man. So they look like that other nation, but guess what? Their true loyalty is to what? The Edomite, the elite, man. Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to play this with the brother, Malachi Zakbar. I'm going to play a sect of his video. Let's see.
All you so-called white people that rule all over the earth, America, Babylon, the Great, NATO, and the EU, you are all Edomites, and we got a video to back this up. But Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And you're going to see this same sentiment being echoed in the video that you're about to see to come. So stay tuned. Vocab Malone didn't want to answer the question because he's stuck. He's stuck, and he knew it. And plus, he probably didn't even know the answer. You see? brought out there again. And we got more videos to come. Lord willing.
He's just being found out, man.
Elders and brothers doing lessons on bits and pieces of this exchange by the Virginia brothers and Vocab Malone. So Vocab, you didn't want to answer the question what heathen nature was losing, right? Apparently. See? Because you know that you're Edomite. Stay tuned, brothers and sisters, for the next part of the video. Shalom.
But as many are finding out, Edomites, the descendants
Oh,
of
yeah,
Esau,
yeah,
actually
yeah.
made up the Roman Empire. As a matter of fact, the Jewish
See?
Encyclopedia also states that the name Edom is used by the Talmudists for the Roman Empire, and they applied to Rome every passage
I didn't
of the
even
Bible
post this
referring
clip.
to Edom or to Esau.
Yo, see? No, replay that part again. It says what?
Esau's land was called Edom Empire, and they
See?
applied to Rome every passage of the Bible referring to Edom or to Esau. Where is Edom today? Esau's land was called Edom. Edom is the country of Jordan and the place of Petra, the city in the mountain.
That's
Look
why
at the
you
architecture of the photo at Petra, which is Edom. Notice how
see the architecture. We always say that.
Like Roman architecture.
Petra looks just like Roman. That's their spirit, man.
Yep.
That is their very spirit. They don't deviate off that.
Right.
That's the same thing Jake does, man. We do things in the spirit. The Italians. What were the Italians? They greeted each other with what? A kiss.
Yep, on the cheek.
They greeted each other with a kiss. That's a Hebrew custom, man.
Yep.
With James the trapper James Adair, he traded with the Native Americans. He said, man, the things that they do, they got to be of the lost 12 tribes of Israel, man.
And he wouldn't just say that just be saying it, man. Come on now.
And he wasn't doing it to get there was no purpose in that, because guess what? At that time, you didn't have the big lies that you have today. There wasn't a cover-up in the time of that, because guess what? Everything was, Esau was still establishing himself as a power, man.
Right.
So he couldn't just take over everything and change the lies and change the narrative, because he wasn't in full power at the time. So James Adair there was no what is it called? There was no ulterior motive to giving them credence as the Israelites. He said, damn, you guys, you do a lot of the customs as the Israelites do, man.
Right.
Because guess what? That's our spirit bearing witness that we are the children of Israel, man.
Yep.
Just like the spirit of Esau is bearing witness that he's the devil, man.
Yep.
If he ain't the devil, then he's doing a lot of devilish things, man.
Right.
Because what does it say? If it's not, it says what? Job 9:24. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So that's what we asking. If it's not him, then who else? Who is he? We need the wicked, my man.
Right.
Then you need to pinpoint who the wicked, because the scriptures clearly say that there is a nation that is called the wicked. Come on, man.
This is Acts 26 and 1. Golly, man. Man, that Spider-Man, I ain't mad at him.
He just getting it how he
mad
lives,
at
you
him,
know.
yeah.
He at peace. We in his house, you know.
Yeah.
You know. He was just checking on you, see if you had something. See if you had something he liked.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Satan, man. You know. Shit. Go ahead, bro.
This is Acts.
And he's just like that spider, man. You a bug, man. You a bug, man. You a bug out, man. You're a bother to us, man.
He's a bugaboo, man.
You're not coming with because guess what? You're not coming to actually debate and actually find out the truth. You're coming to just turn us back to Negroes, man. That's what makes me so mad. It's like, what is our choice after this? After Vocab wins, what do we all go do?
Right.
What do we all go do, man?
Mm-hmm.
We pack lunches and watch you read the Bible like a damn, the Lord says. Come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is Acts 26 and 1. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, Thou art permitted to speak for thyself.
Mm-hmm.
Then Paul stretched forth the hand and answered for himself. I think myself happy, King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee, touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews.
Yep. Now jump down to 7,
Huh.
so we can get the Groupie.
Now it says, verse 7, unto which promise our 12 tribes, instantly serving Yahweh day and night, hope to come.
See? Our what? The 12
Tribes.
tribes.
The promise.
So the same verse that Vocab brought out, verse 7 says the 12 tribes. Paul was reiterating the 12 tribes. Paul knew who he was going to.
And you notice Vocab didn't read that verse either.
Nah,
He skipped it.
nah, because he's a heathen hopscotcher.
A heathen hopscotcher.
That's what you are, a heathen hopscotcher, man.
Yeah. So basically, he can give precepts, but we can't though.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said you can't win with a niggard, man. You damned if you do. That's why it says answer not a fool according to his wisdom, man.
Right.
Unless you be like unto him. We're answering you according to the scriptures, but you want us to answer you according to your foolishness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not, man, the Lord, look what Christianity was, a wide open book.
Mm-hmm.
And nations didn't come to the Lord. Christianity has been available how many years, man? You don't see the large denomination of so-called Iranians coming to this thing. You don't see a large denomination of Chinese people coming to this.
Right.
What did the Lord say? It said, if I've sent you unto them, they would have hearkened, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord didn't send us unto those nations. The Lord ain't dealing with these nations because the Lord is particular. That's what Vocab and these other groups don't understand, man. Our Heavenly Father is very particular on what he wants, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just like when you get older, and when you get as an older man, I know, I couldn't say this before because I wasn't getting an older man, but I become more set in my ways, man. I become more specific of what I want. I'm not dibbling, dabbling, you know what I'm saying? If I go to a certain park, guess what? I'm going to go to a certain park. Because guess what? I like that park. It don't matter who else like it.
Right.
The Most High ain't worrying about who else didn't want us, man. Because what did it say? They helped further the affliction. Nobody wanted Jake, man.
Nope.
They used us. They abused us. They took from us, man. They raped, robbed, and murdered us. They didn't show us the cherishness that we are as a nation. Because everything good out of these nations comes from Israelites, man. From our inventions, from our music, from our food, from our energy, man. Our charisma. Everything good comes, and they don't cherish us, man.
Mm-mm.
They cherish us because they have to, because it's inevitable, man. Okay, you can't say they ain't nothing, but guess what? These Edomites, they have a complex, because guess what? They're in their own country looking to slaves for their energy, man.
And they pay all this money to see slaves performing their songs on their stage. Why would you do that?
You know they pay football players $1,000 a minute?
Yep.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
You paying a man $1,000 a minute to go out there on the field and run and catch a ball, man.
To run with a pigskin.
Yep. They won't even pay their fellow Edomites $1,000 a second to do anything.
No.
That's why you see Edomites don't be making the top picks, the first round draft picks, man.
Right. It's
always Jake. Always, man. An Edomite has not been first round draft pick in a long time, man.
Yeah, because what's the football player?
Brady?
Yeah.
Tom Brady? Yeah, he's a
Jake, man.
That's a Jake, man. That's not no white dude, man. You can see his charisma who he deals with, man.
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's why you don't see him with a gang of white dudes.
Nah.
Eminem. Did you see him with a gang of white dudes?
Nope.
He had D12, which was his group, and it was all Negroes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the basketball player, Larry Bird.
Yeah.
He said he won't play with the so-called white dude, right? He said because that'll be embarrassing up to my game.
Damn. So Larry Bird wanted to deal with monsters. Jake want to go with monsters, man.
Yeah.
We've been generation of fighting our own people, man.
Yep.
He said, "Don't put a white boy in front of me, because I'm a do him." That's what that was
doing me in.
Yeah, Larry Bird was talking hip talk, man, without not knowing it, man. See what happens when you see the spirit, man? We see a world behind the world, man. And these elites see it too. They know you Israelites and you are confusion of faith. That's why they blood test. They don't let nobody in the Illuminati. They blood test you, man. They go through all types of. You don't just go into the elites, man. The circle.
Yeah, because they make sure you are pure Edom.
They do a mouth swab, a blood test, a retina thing. You ain't getting in there. Yeah. They ain't squeaking in them secret meetings, man.
You gotta be pure E.
They need 100% E.
Right, I do mean.
Yeah, I
You
do
gotta
mean.
be pure about it.
You gotta be a land. You gotta be from the Dukes of Edom. Yo, that's it. Yeah, that's because they know the world that they live in, man. They're not accepting those. I'm not knocking these. I'm not
No.
knocking the elite.
I ain't mad at them
I'm
either.
they're actually our greatest. They're our greatest adversary, man. Because it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We wrestle against wickedness in high places, man. That's who we wrestling against, man. We ain't wrestling against these average old people. Don't study, man.
No.
The elites know what we're saying is right because guess what? They're learnt, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not by our power either, like we said earlier. We're not sitting here like we did anything, man. Sometimes the knowledge, it'll get too much, man. There's certain things I've looked into and I've had to be like, Lord, I'm good. I believe. Don't let me go into this no more.
Right.
When you deal with the left-hand side of Esau's news and conspiracies, man, it gets so much. I back out, man. I've said I'm done. I've learned enough. I'm okay.
It'll bug you out, man.
It'll bug you out, man. That's why we go with such compassion because you have to stand up for something, Jake. You Israelites out there, especially you men, you have the time and opportunity to stand up against evil, man. This is the time that we at. It's good versus evil, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which represent the good, the side of Jacob, of Israel. And then you have Esau, which is his rank. And then these other nations that don't care about the Most High at all, man. So they're joining with Esau. It says, they'll join in hand. All right, they're all gonna be destroyed. Anyone that's against this, the Lord ain't looking for lukewarm, man. Right. That's why that's why the Day of Atonement is so important, so we can know that we hot for the Lord, man. Mm-hmm. We can check our spirit and put our spirit in the back burner and say, you know what? We fear Yahweh Shem outside more than this flesh and eating and doing what the flesh wants, man. Mm-hmm. We're showing our faith by our works, man. You see that? Go ahead, brother.
It says, this is verse 7. Unto which promise our 12 tribes, instantly serving Yahweh day and night, hope to come, for which hope sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews.
Yep.
Why should it be thought a thing incredible with you that Yahweh should raise from the dead?
Yep. So what was he saying? Because Paul was saying he was dead. He was dead. He was being a dead mindset. He said the Lord raised up from the dead, man. I was in the mindset of I was lost, man. Paul came to the conclusion that he was off and knew it. And that's where he felt bad. You got to think all of the men Stephen, man. That had to be in his mind his whole walk, man.
Right, because the Apostle Paul was there because they laid Stephen's clothes right at Paul's foot, man.
Hey, that's spirit because that goes back. Remember the prophet where he tore the garment off of Jeroboam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He tore him off. Hajai or something. Man, look, hold on, look it up if you can, Baba Kishar. But he tore his clothes off, right? And he said, "Give you these tribes, and then give you these tribes." So that was almost a sin because guess what? Paul took on the role. That clothes that was set, which is representative of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, he said he took. Why did he set it in front of his feet? Why didn't he set it in front of another man's feet?
Right.
That was Stephen's clothes, which represent. What does clothes represent? Because what did Joshua says, take from him the what? The filthy garments, man. Garments represent knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So it was spiritual that Paul had Stephen's clothes set at his feet, man. Because what did Paul end up doing? Paul ended up doing the same, a mightier work than Stephen. Stephen's life was cut short, man. But guess what? Paul had his clothes set. He probably didn't even see the spiritness in it, man.
Right.
Yeah, it says just put tore garment, Rehoboam. But that's the spirit, man. Because Paul was being recruited for a great work, man. All right, and it started from when his birth. He says, "I knew you in the womb, man." So Paul was already anointed to do what he was gonna do, man. All right, and he went to the Israelites. He didn't go to no other nation. He didn't dealt with no other nation, man. He had the ability to deal with Israelites on a level that they would understand because he could be fluent in their language. He could show their mannerisms, and he was a Roman citizen, man.
Oh, got it.
You got it? Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Kings 11 and 29. Let's go to it.
Yep.
Okay. It says, and it came to pass at that time when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
that the prophet Isaiah,
Ajay, yep. I can hardly say it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I knew it was something like that.
the Israelite,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, my boy.
yeah, it says,
And he came back. Oh, okay.
it said found him in the way,
Mm-hmm.
and he had clad himself with a new garment.
So he had a fresh one
Yeah.
on. He had something fresh on, right?
Mhm.
But look what happened.
And they two were alone in the field, and Isaiah caught the new garment that was on him and rent
He
it
caught the
12
new
pieces.
garment. He caught the new garment, right?
Yep.
He caught it and he tore it off him.
Yep.
He tore it off him and he started ripping this. Imagine this, man. So the Lord will put spirits on men to do something that seemed crazy to you. But guess what? That's symbolic of something heavy, man.
Yep.
This action that he did right here, the Lord put him on and said, this is symbolic of what I'm finna do to the whole nation. That they were just chilling as two men in the field. And guess what? The Lord brought a great revelation, and guess what? Millions of people were dispersed from that prophecy right there, man. That's heavy, man. Keep going.
It says,
And he used the symbol of what? The garment.
it says, and he said to Jeroboam, take these 10 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel. Behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have one tribe of my servant David's sake. Come for my servant David's sake. And for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Out of the tribes of Israel. Tribe of Israel. Tribe of Israel. Come on, man. Where are we getting everybody in here, man? Where was the pieces for Elam?
Right.
Where were the pieces for Moab? Why didn't they get included in
Right.
this garment being torn up, man?
Where were the pieces for Edom?
Yo, why ain't it teared up in 20-some pieces and said this is
Right.
you get Moab, no, it was only dealing with the Israelites, man.
Right.
And then you want to get it where he set the garment at his feet, at Paul's feet.
Yeah.
You know, that's, man, look, it's not, the more we go into it, the more we find how much it is belonging to us. So you're doing nothing but getting us further into our belief and further into our faith, man. We here, man. We ain't turning back, man. And I bet Vocab don't even fast. I mean, I ain't gonna put him out like that. That's not the important. If he does, it doesn't. It's still wicked. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Yeah. You already know that. You don't have that.
No. Hold on. Let's see.
And we're not giving no rest. Let me check this comment board. Hey, shalom to those. Let me get this. Hey, this is Ecclesiasticus 18 and verse 20. This is from the brother Kazak, Bun Yahawada. And it says, before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt have mercy. Thou shalt find mercy, Salakia. Okay, verse 21, it says, humble thyself before thou be sick, and in the time of sin show repentance. And that's what you're saying. We've been refreshed back again, man. That's what Vocab can't get over, that we're refreshing ourselves. And the time we come into, if you don't have this thing in you, man, this world is passing away, man, and everything else with it. The Lord said in 1 hour he's going to do away with all square footage of Babylon the Great, which is America, man. You have any understanding of the pain and the death that's going to come on? It's just like the first death, man. The Lord drowned the world, man. Do you understand that he was not playing? He said, he drowned the world. We seen a rainbow yesterday, man.
Yep, and only 8 people.
8 people. What if the Lord
One
said that
family.
again? What if the Lord said, I'm only taking 8 people again?
Yeah, because he is only taking one family. That's the house of David. That's the family, man.
That's fearful, man. We were saying that earlier. What if the Lord said he only going to take 8 people, man?
Sure.
You know how many of us will be through right now?
Most of us would be.
Damn near all of us, man. It'd be a small section. That's how the Lord dealt with. But he opened up the door and said 144,000 and 1/3, man. Call halal, man.
Yep.
For real. Praise the Lord for that. Praise the Lord for 144,000, because he said he could have chose 8 and did it again, man. You know the fearfulness of that, man? It would be a small cluster that would be chosen. But it's not that way. The Lord has chosen a broad way of the elect, man. The elect is a set number of people, because guess what? We're going to bring the nation back, man. Lord willing, we be a part of that number, man. And we're going to enjoy every moment. We're going to birth our babies, and we're going to love the shit out of them, man. No, man, we ain't going to be like this 2/3 toddler. You ain't going to do that. Are you going to hold that boy up, and you're going to look at him, he's going to look like you and your woman, and you're going to love the shit out of him, man.
Yeah.
You ain't even going to think nothing. You're going to love him.
Nah.
You're going to love him as your own flesh, man.
Exactly.
Because we are one flesh. Israelites, because we are the same people, man. So it makes perfect sense for us to come back, man, because we're all cousins, uncles, and everything anyway. Brothers, all the Lord, come on, man. Because look how the Lord had him and John come back as what? Brothers, cousins, man. And that's the Lord and Elijah, man. So the Lord came and made sure he was in the same line as the greatest prophet among men, which is the same line of King David, man.
Right.
It's a bloodline here. We're dealing with family, and there's something special about it, man. So, and we'll find out about that in a moment, man. Why do you think Esau pays attention to bloodlines? Because he knows bloodlines are in the scriptures, man. Go ahead, my brother.
This is Acts 7 and 58, but I started 57. Well, 56. And said, behold, I see the heavens open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of Yahweh.
So the Father sitting and Yahweh Shah standing. He said standing. He's waiting on the right hand. Come on, man. This said the day of vengeance burns in his heart.
So Yahweh Shah, he's not letting nothing go. So we ain't either.
That's it.
To say, then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord. They ran upon him.
Because you know what? Guess what? That right there, why did that mean so much? Because guess what? He said that man you put on the cross is the Son of God, man.
Man, they cut him. Man, he cut him deep.
Man, he cut him deep.
He went into the history and all that.
Yep. And then that was the straw that broke the
camel's back.
That was the straw that broke the Hebrews' back.
Yeah.
They said, you gonna throw this man blood on us? Like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then look what happened though.
They say
this is symbols. This is all symbolic, or not symbolic, but this act is symbolic what happened after this. Go ahead.
And cast him out of the city and stoned him.
They stoned Stephen, right?
Yep. And the witnesses laid down their coats at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul.
See? You see that? So if they laid the garments, but that's symbolic to say what? Of what? Garments represents truth. Garments represent that the people, man. So Paul was why did they lay it at Paul's feet? And it says he was a young man. They said he was a young man. He said they laid it at his feet. They took all their clothes and laid it at his feet, man. That's a symbolical move. Why did he do that? They said they laid it at the young man's feet, which name was what? Saul, which name was changed to Paul, man. Come on, man. That's the symbolic, because what did he end up picking up? He picked up the mantle when the Lord knocked him off the horse, man. And then you go back to Acts, we'll read that, and we'll
say Acts 26 and 8. It says, 9. I verily thought with myself that I ought to do many things contrary to the name of Yahweh Shah of Nazareth. So Paul is saying that at first he was against Yahweh Shah at first. At first he was against him, man.
Right.
To say, which thing I also did in Jerusalem, and many of the saints did I shut up in prison.
See? Because that saints was Israelites, man. They weren't worrying about it. Paul wasn't locking up Moabites. He wasn't locking up other nations that didn't believe because they weren't a part of it, man.
Right.
He said he was putting fellow Israelites in jail that was speaking against it because guess what? It was under their laws and under their customs that they were going off. That's what Paul said, that they were going off.
Yep.
He wasn't going to Damascus and snatching up everybody. No, he was only snatching up Israelites because Israelites were the only ones under the church's rule. So that's why he had power to go ahead and grab other Israelites. He couldn't go grab another because they tried to grab Paul, and guess what Paul said? He said, "I'm a Roman citizen." And what did they do? They had to get snap.
Okay.
So they had to walk softly because Paul invoked the Roman citizenship. So that shows you that the Romans. So if a Roman, because Paul was a Jewish Roman, okay, he was a Jew that was he was a citizen of Rome.
Yep, it's just like we are Israelites, but we are the citizens of Babylon the Great.
It's plain, man. It's plain.
It's just like a person that's from Japan, so they are citizens of America.
Yeah. So America could not put a Japanese citizen to death. That can't. You have to go by the means of they had to contact their homeland and their actual nation and see. But that's why you have diplomatic immunity. That's the modern day diplomatic. Paul had diplomatic immunity to the Jews, man. They Jews could not put him to death because guess what? He was a Roman citizen.
Right.
So the Jews had no power over the Romans. So Paul wasn't going to go grab up other Romans and put them in jail. No, he was grabbing Israelites because they were the one under the covenant, man.
So that's why they brought him to Agrippa.
See?
They said, Agrippa, you deal with it.
You are a ruler. You have more power than us. Because if we do something to him, we're going to have to be under Roman persecution.
Right.
So that's showing you there's a separation. Paul wasn't like, hey, Roman, come here. Then you Jew, come here. Because y'all supposed to be following the Lord.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
No, man.
Because he was only grabbing the people it pertained to, man. And Agrippa was a certified Edomite.
Yeah, a pure one.
Pure Idumean, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't for him, man. It wasn't for them, man. It wasn't set up. That's why what did the Lord call him? Fox.
Yeah, because that's why Agrippa said, Paul, you almost persuaded me to be a Jew.
Almost.
You almost did it.
Well, why didn't he almost? Because he didn't have the vision to go all the way, man.
Right, because it wasn't for him, man.
Beautiful.
It says, verse 10, it says, which thing I also did in Jerusalem, many of the saints did I set up in prison, having received authority from the chief priests, and when they were put to death, I gave voice against myself. I gave my voice against them. It says, and I punished them oft in every synagogue, and compelled them.
Punish the Jews.
Yep.
Why wasn't he punishing Chinese people? Moabites? Why wasn't he punishing Elamites? Why wasn't he punishing these other nations like that, man? And they were around. Come on, man. They were around. You know? You got something?
Yeah.
I see the hair. I see it. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, and compelled them to blaspheme.
Because blasphemy, what's blasphemy? It's to speak against the holy name, man. To speak against the Lord, man. They were chasing them because they were blaspheming, because they were under the law. They were Israelites under the law of the Lord, the Torah. That's what they were chasing them after. They were punishing them under the guise of the Torah, man. Because they were what? Where there is no law, there is no sin. Who did the Lord take to Mount Sinai? He took the Israelites.
Right.
Okay?
Everybody didn't go. Because what happened to that Egyptian boy? When he blasphemed.
Got put to death.
Exactly.
Because guess what? He didn't get no mercy.
Nope.
He didn't get no mercy. If they were Israelite, who knows what happened.
He got stoned.
He got stoned, man, out there.
He got rocked to sleep.
Man, he got rocked to sleep. Rockabye baby. Go and take this nap real quick.
Right.
So the Lord said you sleeping, you know. So he got rocked to bed, man. My dude. Yo, go ahead.
It says, and being exceedingly mad against them, I persecuted them even unto strange cities.
Because Paul said he was mad, man. Because he said, man, these Israelites are going off, man. He wasn't going to city and city and grabbing anybody, because if we are thinking the same way Vocab is thinking, then Paul should have been grabbing everyone.
Right.
Paul would have been hindering everybody. He would have been, I have the power, thus by the church, because you are supposed to believe if you pushing this Yahweh Shai, I'm grabbing you up. No matter what nation you are. But no, he was grabbing Jews, Israelites that were among those cities, among those things, practicing the knowledge, the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, man. That's what was going on, man. That's why when the apostles and everything, they had warrants on them, man. They were running from the law, man. Peter, they were running from the law. That's why John was the last of the disciples on the Isle of Patmos, man. What happened to the rest of them? Right. They were tortured and killed and put to death, man. Under the guise of who?
Right.
The Romans, man.
Mm-hmm.
The same ones are supposed to be saved. It's all about reading, but this is for us to deeper into the history, deeper into the understanding. That's what the Lord is doing. Vocab is he's a needed. What does it say? He's a necessary evil, man. Because that's what he is evil. He's a bad time, man. You know, that's why I put the groupie in front of that, man, because he's traveling around rock stars, man. That's what we're because we are turning to fame, and we didn't ask for no fame. We didn't ask to be famous. I don't want to be famous in this world, man. No. I don't want. Hey, I want to go home. That's what I want to do. Right. I want to go home.
I'll be famous at home.
I'll be famous in my own house. Yeah, I'll be a rock star. I put on 40 chains on and run around. Yeah. And nobody is cheering for me. I don't care. I'll be the right. I'm gonna be the king of my domain. Yeah. I'm gonna be jig. Look. I'm gonna turn the music up high. Right. I throw shekels on myself.
Right. And still. That's it.
Yeah. I don't need no. Because guess what? The Lord is what's making us rock stars, man. You know, because we rock stars. The Lord is the ultimate. That's why it says He feeds the good and the evil, man. Because the Most High is more than just ego, man. If it's the Lord's, because he wants his name to be praised by his people. Yep. He don't want the world to be his name. It's cool. Go ahead. Just like the artist that doesn't sign his work. He doesn't want recognition. Right. Sometimes people don't like that fame and glory, but the Lord is, but how is he going to glorify himself? Through his people. That's how he wants to be glorified, man. Through the Negro, Latino, Native American. That's why he says he's going to dwell within us. In the kingdom of heaven, there's not going to be a temple. Why? Because the Lord is going to come into the true holies of holies.
Right. And we are the temple.
Us. Yep. We were created to be the temple, man. We weren't created to be anything else. The temple can't go nowhere else. The temple is a temple. So the temple running, right. You got to clean it up. It's still the temple, man. The Lord created it to be the temple where he's going to dwell in, man.
Now, it's the temple, right? We are the temple, right?
Time.
How come the other nations couldn't come in the temple? How come the other nations, when the veil of the temple was rent, how come the other nations can't be free? How come they can't come into the Holy of Holies? Yeah. The Edomites, they defiled the temple.
Yeah. Burnt it.
Exactly.
Why couldn't Nebuchadnezzar's son, why could Nebuchadnezzar's son drink out the cup?
Right. Exactly.
Why did the Lord let him drink out the cup? If the Lord is wanting, because that was the holies of the cup, why? Because then he's going to be like the Levitical. No, because he was a heathen.
Right.
Of course the Levitical priests would be the ones doing, but why couldn't Nebuchadnezzar, why did the Lord send many tekel, when he drank out of the cups and defiled the holy vessels, man?
Right.
Because he was a heathen touching something that he ought not to touch, man.
Right.
Understand though, why? Because if you look into that situation, then the Lord could have let Nebuchadnezzar and said, okay, put the spirit on Nebuchadnezzar in his line to serve the Lord, man.
Right.
That wasn't so though, man. He touched the cups and he disrespected the vessels, and the Lord sent the judgment, man.
Now the heathen will serve him, but they gonna be his slaves though. The heathen will be Yahweh Shai's slaves.
Yep. And they're going to serve the Lord by serving who? Us.
Right. Yep. Because Vocab said, Revelation 13, 9 and 10, speaking of everyone being being under Yahweh, right? Like, all right, cool. Now you can say that,
Mm-hmm.
but the Israelites are joint heirs with them, right?
That's right. That's right.
Come on, man. This is,
Just don't want us to have nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in, Akim. To those that are still, you know, I know we going. Oh yeah, hey. But yeah, man, that's what they don't want us to have nothing, man. They want to take everything and give us nothing, man. That's why we have to get out of this place. This is not somewhere that's it's not conducive for growth as a nation. We've hit our ceiling here, man. We've hit our cap here, man. There's no growth for us as a nation here. There's not gonna, because guess what? If we grow anymore, we're gonna be taken from Esau, man. He ain't having that, man.
Right.
He ain't having that. We're not gonna be equal with him in his own kingdom. You see the average money differential between the Jake household is astronomical, man. The average Negro makes $25,000 to $30,000. The average Edomite household is $89,000 to $100,000 or more.
Yeah.
There's no way you getting there, man. Because guess what? They're gonna have to give up some of that to give you some.
They ain't doing that, and I don't blame them either.
I don't want them to do it.
Hell no.
Keep that dirty money.
Yeah. This is John 7:34 to 35. But I started 33.
Okay.
But Yahweh told them, I will be with you only a little longer. Then I will return to the one who sent me. You will search for me, but find me not. And you cannot go where I am going. The Jewish leaders were puzzled by the statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving this country, leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands?
One more again.
It says, where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands? Maybe he would even teach the Greeks.
That was talking about Israelites, man.
So they called the other Israelites in these other lands Greeks.
Now you got to get that where you say what, that where it says I saved thee from the people.
Oh yeah.
Get that real quick, because we got to hit that point in there. I think that's 27. Yep. To 17. Yep. Start 17. It's 17 to 18.
It's beautiful out here today. Oh, yeah, it is. All right. It says, verse 17, it says, delivering me from the people.
See? Delivering me from the people. And the word people goes into what? Nation. A quarter of people, same people. So the Lord delivered Paul from the people. Look at the dog wiping. That dog catching hell. Yo, go ahead. I still like it, man.
It says, delivering me from the people and from the Gentiles. Unto whom now I send thee.
See? So the Lord, go up to 16, Baba Kashan, because then we'll get the point of the story.
So it says, but rise and stand upon thy feet, for I have appeared unto thee.
Because this is when Yahweh appeared unto Paul and said, look, Paul, I've delivered you from the people. Who did he deliver them from? He delivered them from that sect, that Pharisees. That's the people he delivered them from, and said what? To deliver them from him and the Gentiles, right? But then look what he says.
Says, for I have appeared unto thee for this purpose, to make thee a minister.
To make thee a minister.
And a witness.
A witness.
Both of these things which thou hast seen. And those things which I appear unto
because
thee.
That's what Yahweh said. He said, who am I to give for the meat for the children and give it to dogs, man? Yahweh had to come and set forth the what? The tents of Judah first. He had to establish that. That's why Yahweh, and he also went to the dispersed, the 10 tribes that was over here in the Babylonians, man. You see that? So they were over here already, and guess what? The Lord, he said what? Now he set Paul up to go and finish the labors, man. He said he established Peter as being the first of that Gentiles with Cornelius, And then the fullness came with what? With Paul, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they knew about the dispersed even in the time. He says, shall he go preach to the dispersed Greeks and the Jews living in the other nations? So there was a well-known fact of Israelites being spread out, man.
Yep.
It wasn't something that they didn't even know about. Oh, we don't know. They knew it. They kept an ongoing record that there's these people that was our people, because it says after the first and second admiration, he's a what? He's a heathen man.
Yep.
So we denounced shit. Some of us could have been them same heathens they denounced.
Yeah.
We would just look like other nations, and they denounced us. They said we ain't Israelites no more. We weren't entitled to the promises, man.
Because we didn't have the beard. We probably had tattoos and all that.
You know? Different haircut.
Yep, all that.
You know. But now what the Lord do, he brought us back, man. He gave us a refreshing, man. And gave it because we were symbolic of all of us falling out. The same ones in the temple, they fell out. They lost who they was, man. They became Gentiles. The same Gentiles they hated, they became.
Yep.
All of us lost who we was, man. And that set the tone for Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, to be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to be the dry bones if we never became dry?
Right.
Ask yourself that, Vocab. How could the dry bones be refreshed if they didn't become dry and lose themselves? But you're not going to ask yourself that, because guess what? You are a, what is it called? Picky person. These playing favorites, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because those guys in the gutter land, those gutter people in our land, Salakia, those gutter people in our land, they're not having to prove who they are.
No.
They don't have to say nothing. With Vocab, they're good to go.
Yeah, because they look the part.
Yeah.
Because they have the same complexion as
yeah,
them.
yeah.
So it's all good. They can do whatever they want.
You won't talk about the Talmud.
Nope. You won't talk about Pink City.
No.
Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
He don't say nothing about that.
So the Lord with that now? The Lord with that now? Come on, man. You know, but the main point we're going to hit here is that we come into the time of what? The Lord is going to establish who we are as a nation. He's going, man, he's finna put an exclamation point on this, man. There's not going to be no more wondering. The thing about it is power's coming. That's what established Yahushua as being the Messiah, was what? Power. That's what's coming. That's the next frontier, man.
The work's sake. The
work's sake. It says, don't believe upon me for what I say. Believe what the works tell you, man. The works are going to tell you that the Lord is dealing with who?
Mm-hmm. And the Vocab knows, and he's basically saying that, but
you're going to be there, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to witness it. You're going to witness it. And please let that be on your live stream now.
Yeah.
Live stream the miracles, man.
Yeah, and don't cut nothing out either.
No, live stream the miracles, man. When the Lord blesses those beautiful men with the ability to do certain things like that, then because then guess what? The gears are going to switch.
Yep.
It ain't going to be no low gears no more where Jake can just chill out. When miracles start happening, guess what? Esau bringing it, man.
He bringing it.
He bringing it. He ain't going to not bring it. He going to bring the whole... He gonna bring the whole thing, man. He's coming.
Out the sword,
he's
man.
bringing the sword out, man. When these powers and these miracles start happening, you're a threat.
And this is the same sword that he received from Isaac.
And he's been looking at it, man. He's been waiting on it. It's like,
yep.
Nah, they ain't ready for it. Look, nah, they ain't ready for it.
Man.
Esau got futuristic weapons, futuristic ways to kill you, man.
Man, he's bringing out the sword that he received
from
Yahushua,
from Yahushua himself. Come on, man. We know the time we coming to.
Yeah.
He knows it. There's two impasses coming. We believe one thing, he's fighting for another thing. We're going to come to this. And it's not going to be, because Esau said, look, I'm not bringing it out until I know that who is who is what. Because you get to doing the wrong thing, guess what? Then you done showed your hand. Why are you killing these random black people?
Right. They ain't doing nothing.
They ain't doing nothing. What are they happening? Why is this happening? Why is the government taking these black people? Because we have families and friends and people know us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't just nobodies, man. You know, and we made it a point to stand in cities and make it out. No, Esau, you're going to literally, once the miracles start happening, it's a whole different shift, man. It's a whole new world, man.
A whole different ball game, man.
Exactly, man. We in the big leagues then.
Yeah, now we're up in the big leagues.
Long as we live this lunatic way. The beans don't burn in the kitchen.
This is verse 17.
Oh, we gotta laugh, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have good times with this, man, because guess what? We gotta laugh instead of cry, man.
Yeah, balance, man.
Yeah,
Balance.
yeah. You can't all be sad all the time, man. This is the greatest time to be alive, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready to witness our enemies be put in under subjection, man.
Yeah.
This is the greatest time to be alive, man.
Right.
The proverbial, I wish I could be a fly on the wall. We're them. we're literally on the wall watching our enemy be literally go through the prophecies, and he can't stop himself.
Right.
You know, it's a beautiful time to be alive, man. Call it law. Finish that out, and then we're gonna close out, bro. And then we're gonna go hit we can continue it on the highways.
This is verse 17. Delivering thee from the people and from the Gentiles, unto whom I now send you.
Send Paul unto the Gentiles.
Yep, I'm going to here.
Come on. Make sure you know. Shalom to those on it. Hey, still with us, man. Shalom. This is the book of this is the brother Kazak again. This is Matthew 10 and 28, and it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, man. And that's what you call hell is a lower condition. That's what we are in hell. The Lord destroyed our bodies in hell, man. We've been put into a case of destruct, man. Look at slavery, man. That ain't no light thing. No. That was the most horrific thing that ever took place to a nation, man. They sold out men, women, and children, raped us, took our inventions, made us work, and then gave us freedom, and then became even more of a demon. The KKK, the slave patrols, come on, man. This goes on and on and on and on. Fucking Tuskegee, man. Planned Parenthood, man. This is hell. This is a fire right here, man.
So if we're just regular people, why would they do all that? If we're just nobody, well, then why would they do that? They wouldn't do that if we were just regular people. So Esau just ate a nobody? That don't make sense, man. Gentile is ethnos. It says a multitude of individuals of the same nature.
Of the same
genes.
what? Genes. Those Gentiles are ethnos, same genes, same bloodline, same people. Why we keep reiterating? This just makes it even more for us. Like, damn, the Lord is just dealing with us. I mean, it's a bloodline thing. Your blood is important. That's why it says we don't have a choice to do this, because we are created just like a lion is created to do what a lion does. We're created to be the Lord's people, no matter what. He ain't going to renege it. He says his voice don't go out. His words don't go out void, man. Right. He said these people are going to be my Israelites. They're going to be my people. Guess what we're going to be? We're going to be his people. That's why he's going to change our hearts so we can continue to be his people and not have to be dispersed and kicked out because of our wickedness, man. That's what the Lord is doing. He said, I'm going to fulfill my promise, what I said, by making them perfect. So they don't go off no more. They're perfect people, and I'm going to move in. I'm going to move into their bodies, into the temple which I created, and I'm going to dwell there, man. That's how these nations are going to serve the Most High, man, by serving us. That's why it says, let us go up to Jacob and learn of his ways, man. He says, teach us. Because we don't have that in us. We're not even going to have to need the script. Right. It says it's going to be in us, man. He's going to write just like the book of Eli. He said he's going to write it on our hearts, man. Can you imagine the power the Lord has, man? He can just put the whole spirit of the gospel in your heart, man. The whole book. Man. The whole book, from Old Testament, New Testament, the Apocrypha.
Well, he did that to Yahweh Shai.
Hey, go ahead, bro. Speak on it.
Man, Yahweh Shai, he only read from the scroll once. That's it. He knew the whole book because he is the book. He's in the volume of the book. It's written of him.
He knew it at 12.
Exactly. Yep.
You can't argue at 12 unless you know what you're arguing about.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's like you running into a mechanic shop and you ain't never you ain't never been under a car before. What are you gonna make an argument about?
Yeah, like you, like you, just, when we run up in a mechanic shop and he's working on the alternator.
Yeah, here you come.
Yeah, you saying, oh, you doing that wrong, and he say, well, then you do it. He'll say, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Then shut the hell up then.
So Yahushua was only able to deal with the doctors of the law because guess what? He had to have that knowledge in it.
And he had that at 12 years old.
He was asking questions, man. He was asking, because young kids have intuitive questions. You know what I'm saying? But he was asking questions because he had the spirit on him. What does it say? Elijah, man. It says the Lord put the spirit on Elijah. He came out the womb, man. Get this precept. Go ahead and finish that out, and then I'm going to get this, and we're going to close out.
It says to open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light.
And that's coming back to the truth.
Yeah.
That's why that scripture comes again, because guess what? Paul's doing his work again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's turning us back to the truth, man, which is the understanding of who we are, man, and having, that's why it says if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going to go. You have to have that understanding of where you've been in the past, so you can you roll back to climb back to glory, because we're going backwards, man. We're going back to the Garden of Eden. Mm-hmm. The Lord is going to put the earth back into the Garden of Eden, man. He's going to put everything is going to be put back in order, man. It's going to be beautiful, man.
Magnificent.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna be changed. You're not gonna be the same person, man.
No.
You're not gonna think the same. You're not gonna even breathe the same, man. It's gonna be a whole. You can't even compare it. It's gonna be a nightmare. That's what it says. It's gonna be like a dream.
Different earth, man.
It's gonna be a dream. You're gonna be like, man, golly, how was that? Shit, man. Just like you can't. It's hard to remember certain things in dreams.
Yeah.
You can only remember bits and pieces. That's how this hell is gonna be, man. You're gonna be like, golly, man. Remember the curses? Shit, we're gonna be like, man, the flesh, man. The flesh used to tell us what to do sometimes, man. I can't imagine. What?
Man, we'll be out of the flesh, man. Man, we will be out of this wicked flesh, man.
Yeah.
Can you understand?
You can't.
Can you imagine that?
You can't. Your mind is only known the flesh.
Right.
That's like you trying to teach the mind of something that it don't know.
Right.
It don't know nothing but this flesh, but our spirit does.
Yep.
Our spirit knows way more than this flesh, man. That's why I said, what did Yahushua say? It says what? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The spirit is from the Lord, from above, man. That's what it says. The spirit in us is from the Heavenly Father, man. It's a heavy spirit that's in us, man. But this flesh, guess what the Lord gonna do? He's gonna put a spiritual body